Good morning. Welcome to the 38th AGM of Emami Ltd. This annual general meeting is being held through video conferencing or other audio-visual means. For the smooth conduct of the meeting, members will be kept on mute mode. With regard to the members who have pre-registered as speaker shareholders to speak at the AGM, the audio and video will be enabled when the question-answer session begins on the instruction of the chairman. Speaker shareholders are requested to speak as per the sequence that is set for and keep their speech limited to 3 minutes and cooperate. If any speaker can't be reached due to any connectivity issue, we will call him or her again at the end of the question-answer session. Thank you. Now I will hand over the stage to Shri R.S. Goenka.
Respected board members and our dear shareholders, a very good morning to all of you. I, along with my colleague and co-founder Sri R.S. Agarwal, welcome you all to the 38th annual general meeting of your company, Emami Ltd. I hope all of you and your loved ones are safe and keeping well in these tough times. This 38th AGM is being held through video conference via the CDSL platform in accordance with the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and the SEBI listing regulations. We have sufficient quorum of members present for the AGM. Participation of members through video conference is being recorded for the purpose of quorum, as per the circulars issued by MCA and Section 103 of the Companies Act 2013. I now request Sri R.S. Agarwal, Executive Chairman and Co-founder, and Sri H.V. Agarwal, Executive Director, to introduce themselves and commence the meeting.
I, Harshvardhan Agarwal, Executive Director, along with Sri R.S. Agarwal, Executive Chairman, welcome you all to the 30th AGM of your company. We are attending the meeting from our residence at Kolkata. We request Sri R.S. Goenka ji to conduct the proceedings of the meeting.
Thank you, Sri R.S. Agarwal. Thank you, Harsh. Respected shareholders, let me introduce you to the members of the board present with us today. Dr. K.N. Memani. Sorry.
Mr. Memani, may we
Dr.
request
K.N.
to
Memani.
unmute your microphone?
Please introduce Dr. K.N. Memani. I move to the next doctor. Yeah. Dr. Y.P. Trivedi. Is he there? Has he joined? क्या हुआ? Sri C.K. Dhanuka. I don't know where.
Mr. Y.P. Trivedi, you may go ahead to introduce
Now I am
yourself.
using.
Dr. Y.P. Trivedi.
Yes. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Mr. Y.P. Trivedi, you may please proceed to introduce yourself.
I have wife with me, director, taking part in this video conference of the annual general meeting from my office in Mumbai at Atlanta Nariman Point. And I can see everybody very clearly. I have gone through the papers patiently. I am looking forward to participate in the meeting. There is nobody else here. Is all.
Thank you. Mr. Goenka, you may proceed with the next member.
Mr. A.K. Dev.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I am Amit Kiran Dev, an independent director of Emami Ltd and chairman of the nomination and remuneration committee of the company. I am attending the AGM from Kolkata. Thank you.
Sri S.B. Ganguly.
So, Mr. Ganguly's connection has dropped. In the meanwhile, may we request you to please proceed with the next member?
Sri Devbrata Sarkar.
I am Devabrata Sarkar participating in this AGM of Emami Ltd from my residence Mumbai. I am alone in my room. Thank you to all.
Sri S.K. Goenka.
Good morning. I am S.K. Goenka, Managing Director and Chairman of the CSR Committee of the company. I am attending the AGM from the Thank you.
Sri Mohan Goenka.
Good morning. I am Mohan Goenka, Executive Director of the Committee of the Company, attending AGM from Calcutta.
Sri Aditya Vardhan Agarwal.
I am Aditya Vardhan Agarwal, Non-Executive Director of the company, and I am attending the AGM from Calcutta. Thank you.
Srimati Preeti Sureka.
Good morning. I am Preeti Agarwal Sureka, Executive Director of the company, and I am attending the AGM from Kolkata. Thank you.
Sri Prashant Goenka.
Morning. I am Prashant Goenka, Executive Director. I am attending the meeting from my residence in Dubai.
Representatives of the statutory auditors and secretarial auditors have also logged in to attend the meeting. Apart from the board members, we have Sri N.S. Vansali, CFO, and Sri A.K. Joshi, Company Secretary, who are also present in this meeting. A.K. Joshi.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. Welcome to the 38th Annual General Meeting of Emami Ltd. This 38th Annual General Meeting is being held through video conference and other audio-visual means via the CDSL platform in accordance with the circular issued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs, applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and the SEBI listing regulation. As the AGM is being held through video conference, the facility of appointing proxies by members is not applicable. Registers required under the Act for inspections are available at website of CDSL for members to inspect electronically. In accordance with the provisions of the Companies Act and the SEBI listing regulations, the members have been provided with the facility to exercise their right to vote by electronic means, both through remote e-voting facility and e-voting at the annual general meeting. Remote e-voting facility was made available to all members holding shares as on the cutoff date, Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021, during the period commencing from 9 a.m. IST on Saturday, September 25th, 2021, till 5 p.m. IST on Tuesday, September 28th, 2021. We have sent the integrated annual report along with the notice of annual general meeting to all shareholders who have got their email addresses registered. With the permission of the members, the integrated annual report and the notice are being taken as read. The statutory auditors and secretarial auditors have expressed unqualified opinions in their respective audit reports for the financial year 2020-21. There were no qualifications, observations, or adverse comments on the financial statements and matters which have any material bearing on functioning of the company, so the auditor's report is not required to be read. We have taken all necessary steps to ensure that the shareholders are able to attend and vote at the meeting in the seamless manner. Now, I request Sri R.S. Goenkaji to take you through the performance and operations of the company and continue with the proceedings of the meeting. Sri R.S. Goenkaji.
Respected board members and our dear shareholders, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 38th annual general meeting of your company, Emami Ltd. Our lives have changed somewhat since the last 1.5 years. We miss meeting you in person at the AGM like before. The pandemic protocol makes it necessary to once again hold our AGM virtually to meet our dear Emami shareholder family over video conferencing. We do hope that all is well with you and your families. I would like to welcome our diverse board and thank them for gracing our AGM. Sri P.K. Khaitan, Independent Director, could not attend the meeting due to some unavoidable circumstances. I would also like to inform you that Mrs. Rama Bijapurkar, one of our highly coveted independent directors, has stepped down from the board of the company with effect from 2nd of August 2021 due to changes she seeks to make in her portfolio of professional work and time. We thank her for her immense contribution towards the growth of the company in the last 7 years and wish Mrs. Bijapurkar the very best for the future. As we all know, India, along with the rest of the world, has been passing through one of the most volatile periods under the sudden and unprecedented impact of the coronavirus pandemic. Suspension of economic activities due to lockdowns and mounting pressure of health emergencies on the common man severely impacted the economic growth of the country. From June 2020 onwards, as we entered the unlocking phase, economic recovery gradually started to come back, thus validating India's long-term consumption potential. For Emami, the first quarter of last year turned out to be unprecedented for its uncertainty from lengthy lockdowns, pandemic scare, and sliding consumer sentiment. It was the kind of quarter that threw up multiple challenges in terms of innovation, manufacturing, logistics, choice of distribution and marketing channels, etc. But your company responded to the situation with a certain agility, collaborated its strength effectively, built upon its abilities, and transferred the challenges to a successful growth. The successful transformation of your company feels all the more better when we realize that it has been achieved after keeping the health concerns of our employees as one of our topmost priorities. Business is important to us, but what is more important to our journey are our human assets, our employees. Since March 2020, a major portion of our workforce has been encouraged to work from home with very minimal need-based attendance in office, adhering to the government guidelines. The emergency situation calling for a prompt business continuity plan was met with agility, strong technology backup, and quick decision making. Today, it gives me immense pride to say that we as an organization face this new normal with a lot of determination, passion, and nimbleness, not just to maintain the status quo, but to accelerate and excel. With almost 17 months behind us, we as an organization have been continuing our growth story with a hybrid model, having the flexibility of working from home and office, depending on the operational demand. The second wave of the pandemic in India was brutal and had a devastating effect on each and every individual, either directly or indirectly. We also lost few of our colleagues, while some lost their near and dear ones. We took every possible measure to stand by each and every member of Imami family in this hour of personal crisis to the best of our abilities. Your company adopted a multi-pronged response approach towards employee health benefit with primary focus on mass vaccination drive for our employees and their immediate family members across locations. To support our employees and their families at the peak of the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic in the country, your company extended COVID-related medical support through strategic corporate tie-ups with credible healthcare service providers. A COVID management task force with senior members of our management was immediately set up with designated mandate for providing guidance in execution of various planned activities to support employees during this time of distress. Your company's human resource department also ensured that the mental fatigue that employees might have experienced during the pandemic with lack of normal social interaction was kept minimal as much as possible by constantly engaging them on various learning opportunities to promote self-growth and conduct various mental and physical wellness programs. Even as we were addressing the unprecedented reality of the pandemic on the one hand, Imami was engaged simultaneously in restructuring its business on the other. In face of a challenging environment, your company continued to strengthen its secretarial position through strategic brand investments, timely innovations, targeted distribution, and technology enhancement. Your company achieved this growth path by virtue of its positive outlook and aggressive stance instead of playing it safe. In financial year 2021, notwithstanding the pandemic-led roadblocks, your company went ahead to launch multiple products, in fact more than 40 in the domestic market, some truly category-defining innovations, contributing around 4% to the overall revenue. While some of the new launches delivered encouraging performances, all the power brands of Imami continued to successfully retain their market leadership positions and additionally acquired new consumers. Your company continued to stay invested in positioning, relaunches, and extension of the power brands amidst a weak consumer sentiment, with the conviction of it being the best time to capture attention. Your company had been engaged in addressing diverse challenges in the last few years that found collective expression during the first half of the last financial year. These challenges were related to sales and distribution on the one hand, and growth of brands like Case King, Fair and Handsome, and Jhandu Pancharishta on the other hand. Sorry. Your company relaunched Case King with a special comb applicator coupled with a new formulation and communication. The shampoo was relaunched around new packaging in line with the category to enhance shelf-space visibility. The brand was marketed directly to consumers with a low dependence on the wholesalers channel. Case King recorded strong growth of 15% in 2021 and is widely acknowledged as yet another Imami acquisition cum marketing success story. Your company's leading male grooming brand, Fair and Handsome, had not performed well in financial year 20 due to liquidity crunch, lower disposable incomes, and increased preference for facial hair moderating surface application area of the consumers. We undertook corrective actions and relaunched the brand in the third quarter of financial year 21 around a new repositioning strategy comprising revamped formulation, packaging, and communication. The product was renamed as Fair and Handsome Radiance Cream and Fair and Handsome Instant Radiance Face Wash, and a new differentiated packaging design was introduced for Fair and Handsome Face Wash in line with men's face wash category codes. The result was that post-relaunch, the brand reported attractive growth of 18% in the second half of financial year 21. Your company revisited its existing strategy for Jhandu Pancharishta and launched a new communication with superstar Amitabh Bachchan, highlighting its digestive impact by working from the roots. We altered the packaging from glass to functionally safer PET bottles, strengthening offtake. The new positioning works its magic with the brand growing by 18% in 2021. In the distribution front, your company decided to have a strong omni-channel presence beyond wholesale with a focused growth in direct retail reach, modern trade, e-commerce, and D2C direct-to-consumer channels. Our direct reach increased to 9.4 lakh outlets with the rural coverage strengthened through our van operations. Contribution from modern trade revenues doubled to 8% in 4 years, while e-commerce contribution increased to nearly 3%, a threefold jump since the last financial year. You will be delighted to know that within a very short span of its launch, our exclusive D2C e-commerce platform, Jhandu Care, has successfully garnered almost 1 crore unique visitors. We are happy that Jhandu Care has been ranked as the #1 portal in India in the health and alternative health and remedy category by SimilarWeb. Apart from offering healthcare products to the consumers, the portal also provides free doctor consultation facility to the consumers. Last year, we improved the offtake of Jhandu Healthcare by 45%, a major contribution of which has come from the D2C portal. This encouraging response has strengthened our resolve to stay aggressive about this new distribution model and keep on launching many more exclusive products on this platform to ensure direct consumer benefit. Further, to augment the current distribution strength, your company outlined a clear strategy to drive growth aggressively in the rural market. Digitalization of rural sales force with launch of Rural SFA was completed successfully during the year, enabling the rural sales team to capture all market orders digitally and manage sub-stockist inventories. Like every other FMCG company, your international business also faced major disruption with the outbreak of global pandemic. But Emami has taken some strategic measures like introducing hygiene range, launching entire range of Bangladesh, including Navratna, 7 oils in 1, and Case King, and extending the international brand Cream 21 into skin care for all ages, graduating it into a multi-category platform and widening its Asian footprint. Besides, the company localized the supply chain through own manufacturing in Bangladesh and contract manufacturing in Germany, Sri Lanka, and Dubai. You would feel happy to note that the company's international revenue grew 12% by value over 1920, driven by strong performance across key markets. Further, the strategy of identifying and tapping opportunities in markets that was high oil usage with introduction of brands such as Case King and 7 oils in 1 paid off well in those international markets. During the year, 7 oils in 1 became one of the largest selling brands in the international markets after the company launched 7 new variants under the brand and initiated a media campaign with a Bangladesh-based celebrity, Mrs. Vidya Sinha, popularly known as Mim. As a result, Emami 7 oils in 1 has become another power brand in the company's international portfolio of brands. In the current year, we are deeply committed to drive these efforts with resilience and agility, both in domestic and international sphere, in response to all macroeconomic challenges and deliver an equally good performance or better. During the year, your company roped in Bollywood's superstar Salman Khan to endorse Navratna and Fair and Handsome. The new commercial with Salman Khan generated good consumer traction in the brand. Your company also roped in Indian cricketer Shikhar Dhawan to endorse Emasol range of home hygiene products and Bollywood star Juhi Chawla and Ayushmann Khurrana to endorse BoroPlus range of hygiene products. While revenues at rupees 2,881 crore grew by 8%, your company significantly improved its potential profitability and margins during the year due to benign raw material costs in the first half of the financial year and strict cost controls. We strengthened process efficiency through a cost-saving project called WOW War on Waste across functions like media, raw material procurement, production, packaging, and supply chain. In financial year 21, gross margin at 67.7% grew by 70 basis points. EBITDA at 883 crore grew by 28% and EBITDA margin, which are at an all-time high of 30.7%, grew by 470 basis points. Profit after tax at rupees 455 crore grew by 50%, with margins at 15.8%, increasing by 440 basis points, and cash profit at rupees 822 crore also grew by 29%, with margins at 28.5%, increasing by 440 basis points. I feel very proud to inform you that your company finished the year 2021 with 6 times higher net cash at rupees 357 crore on its books, despite rewarding shareholders with dividends amounting to rupees 356 crore and a share buyback worth rupees 221 crore. As you are aware that we at Emami have always given prime importance to the interest of our valued shareholders and work towards it constantly and continuously over the years. As a result, an initial shareholder who invested rupees 1,000 for 100 shares of Emami and thereafter invested rupees 4,000 in the right issue would presently own shares worth rupees 9.8 crores. In other words, initial investment attracted a return of 24,570 times over years. Shareholders' wealth also increased by 50 times following the public issue in March 2005 and by 11 times following the QIP in July 2009. In more recent times, Emami's share prices since April 2020 has grown by more than 3 times, enhancing shareholders' wealth. Apart from business, your company also made significant contribution to the society through its sustainability and community efforts. As a sustainable manufacturer, Emami took definitive measures to instill processes that moderate consumption of energy and natural resources on one hand and restricting carbon footprints on the other. In the year 2021, your company has successfully increased the usage of renewable energy to 8% of total energy consumption in comparison to 2% in 1920. Your company also reduced its specific energy consumption vis-a-vis production by 7% compared to 1920. Your company modified manufacturing processes to recycle 70% of water during the year 2021 by reusing of ETP, treated water for gardening and toilet usages. The company has successfully turned its factories into zero discharge units. Your company also reduced its specific water consumption vis-a-vis production by 8% and effluent generation by 13% compared to 1920. Emami is also committed towards maximum optimization of packaging material and prudent plastic waste management. Around 80% of companies' packaging supplies are localized, thus reducing scope of transportation, fuel consumption, and emissions. During the year, your company reduced the consumption of 110 tons of plastic and 145 tons of paper through adopting superior design elements in packaging. Under community development, your company has undertaken CSR initiatives like पढ़ो इंडिया पढ़ो, बढ़ते कदम, पढ़ेंगे हम पढ़ने के लिए, जन कल्याण स्वास्थ्य, Suraksha and Sukanya in a systematic way to deliver long-term sustainable benefits to the society across education, health and sanitation, backward society development, hunger eradication, animal welfare, environmental protection and promotion of traditional arts and culture. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Emami's CSR wing set up a helpline during the lockdown for 75 plus years old senior citizens to access doorstep delivery of essential items, supported 1,500 people in villages of Mashat and Dungri area, and provided infrastructure support to 2 hospitals in Calcutta and sanitized more than 20 Emami Foundation supported schools in post-lockdown period. An innovative total health service was also initiated in West Bengal by using mobile and communication technologies for zero contact prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of various diseases. Your company also provided e-learning, online education services for after-school support program in Calcutta and Haripal, along with financial assistance to underprivileged students for internet connection and a smartphone required for online education. As a recognition to this, your company received the Star of the Year award for the second year in a row at TEFLA's Think CSR 2020 forum for the highest standards of CSR activities done during the COVID-19 pandemic. Emami also renovated the heritage property of 48B Muktaram Babu Estate to restore its former architectural splendor. Located in northern part of Calcutta, it was from a rented space in this building that Sri R.S. Agarwal and I started our dream called Emami in the early 70s. Thus, 48B holds a very special space in our hearts. The restored heritage property is now being used to carry out our group's CSR activities. Having said that, now I would like to inform you that in the first quarter of the current financial year, your company continued to face market challenges due to second wave of COVID pandemic from mid-April onwards, leading to local lockdowns and restrictions in various states which severely affected both urban and rural regions. Despite the challenging environment, your company was able to post one of the most profitable performances during the quarter, with an overall revenue growth of 37%. while EBITDA grew by 38% and EBITDA margin expansion by 20 basis points. PAT grew by 97% and PAT margins increased by 350 basis points. During the quarter, the company also increased its stake in Helios Lifestyle, the Man company, which is in line with the Emami's focus on strategic investments in startups to incubate new engines of growth. In the current financial year, your company has embarked on various distribution initiatives to drive further growth. We embarked on a focused rural expansion drive under Project Khoj through expansion of rural footprint in the top 4 potential rural contributing states in financial year 22. We have also created a separate structure and activation program for standalone modern trade stores and chemist outlets. Further, we are leveraging a e-commerce channel and building advanced analytical capabilities. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the independent directors on our board who enrich the organization with their diverse industry experience and rich knowledge in business strategy, financial planning, banking, corporate and commercial laws, operations, IT, marketing and brand development, etc. They have played a major role not only in setting a strong foothold of corporate governance in the organization, but also add value with their collective wisdom. Emami has benefited immensely from these industry stalwarts and is proud to be associated with them over the years. I would also like to take this opportunity to repose my faith in the second generation promoters who have well ingrained themselves in the company's operations to charter the future growth of the organization. With their deep understanding of the values, business strategy, culture, and heritage of Emami, they bring innovative solutions and competence that will lead your company to greater heights. The second generation promoters are ably assisted by a team of senior executives and other staff members with appropriate academic backgrounds and wide industry experience. The blend of enterprising spirit and risk-taking ability of the promoter directors, who are professionals in their own right, are ably aided by the diversity of thinking of these professional executives with their in-depth industry experience has made Emami the powerhouse it is today. I am proud of them to be part of the extended family of Emami. In the coming days, Emami will continuously keep pushing the frontier, keep exploring new categories and territories, keep launching new and innovative products, keep revisiting existing brands' positioning and evolving market landscape, and keep scouting for acquisitions and investments in new age businesses, including startups. We are grateful to all our stakeholders for their unstinted support and expect to continue enhancing value in the long term as we enter newer phases of growth by virtue of our strong foundation and forward-looking vision. Now, I request Sri A.K. Joshi to brief the members about summary of the business to be transacted and set out in the notice, general instructions of voting and rules relating members' queries thereon.
Thank you, sir. Members may please note that there will be no vote by show of hands as this meeting is being conducted virtually. Now, I am reading out the subject matter of the resolutions proposed to be transacted at this meeting. Resolution number 1, adoption of audited financial statement of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2021, together with reports of the Board of Directors and auditors thereon, and the consolidated audited financial statements of the company for financial year ended March 31st, 2021. Resolution number 2, confirmation of payment of 2 interim dividends aggregating to rupees 8 per equity share for financial year 2021. Resolution number 3, to appoint a director in place of Sri H.V. Agarwal, who retires by rotation and being eligible, offer himself for reappointment. Resolution number 4, to appoint a director in place of Sri A.V. Agarwal, who retires by rotation and being eligible, offer himself for reappointment. Resolution number 5, to appoint a director in place of Sri R.S. Goenka, who retired by rotation and being eligible, offers himself for reappointment. Resolution number 6, reappointment of Sri Mohan Goenka as a whole-time director for a period of 5 years. Resolution number 7, reappointment of Sri Harsha Vardhan Agarwal as a whole-time director for a period of 5 years. Resolution number 8, reappointment of Sri Sushil Kumar Goenka as a managing director for a period of 5 years. Resolution number 9, ratification of fee payable to Messrs. B.K. Jain and Company, cost auditor, for conducting audit of cost records of the company for financial year 21-22. As the voting on these businesses has already begun, there is no requirement of proposing and seconding the resolution. The objective of a special business of resolution number 6 to 9 are explained in the explanatory statement to the notice. I now request Sri R.S. Goenka ji to continue with the proceedings of the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Joshi. Now I invite the shareholders who have registered themselves as speakers to ask their queries, if any, on the agenda items. Please mention your name, folio number, DP and client ID, location from where you are joining, and the page number of the annual report to which the query relates. Members are requested not to repeat the queries which have already been asked by other members. All the queries will be answered together by the management at the end. I request the operator to call the speaker shareholders one by one. Operator.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. We will take our first question from Mr. Gautam Nandi, who's connected over an audio call. Mr. Nandi, please proceed with your question. Mr. Gautam Nandi, request you to please proceed with your question, sir. We'll check the connection for Mr. Nandi. In the meanwhile, we'll take our next question. That's from the connection of Mr. Sarbananda Gatani. Please proceed with your question.
Hello. Namaste. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're
Am I
audible.
audible?
Yes,
Hello. Thank you very much, ma'am, for informing. मैं सीए सर्बानंदा गटानी इमामी का 25 साल पुराना शेयर होल्डर हूँ और आरएस गोयनका जी आपको नमस्कार सर। आज बहुत अच्छे लग रहे हैं सर आप, और बहुत अच्छी तरह हम लोग को इतना चेयरमैन स्पीच में बताया, पूरा कंपनी के बारे में हम लोग को पता चल गया। तो इतना अच्छा डिविडेंड भी दिया आपने सर, और एक जोशी जी को हम लोग थैंक यू देंगे, बहुत अच्छी तरह हम लोग को लाए हैं वीसी के थ्रू, और हरदम हेल्प करते हैं जोशी जी, हरदम हेल्प करते हैं, बहुत अच्छे इंसान है, बहुत डाउन टू अर्थ है। सुशील गोयनका जी को एक स्पेशल थैंक्स जाएगा, उन्होंने 10 साल पहले भी मेरे को एक बार मैं सीए इंस्टीट्यूट के एग्जीक्यूटिव कमेटी में हूँ, तो किसी हार्ट के एक पेशेंट को उन्होंने पूरा हार्ट का ट्रीटमेंट कराया था बीएम बिरला में, तो वो आदमी अभी भी स्वस्थ है। मैं ये हर साल ट्राई करता हूँ बोलने का कि इतना बड़ा ग्रुप है, लेकिन सुशील जी का दिल इतना बड़ा है। उनसे तो मैं कभी कभी आर्यादा में भी मिलता हूँ, उनका जो सोशल एक्टिविटी है और ये सब रेगुलर कभी भी हमको कोई मजबूर आदमी हम लोग का सीए इंस्टीट्यूट में आता है तो मैं सबसे पहले मेरा माथा में नाम आता है सुशील गोयनका जी का या जोशी जी का कि सर काइंडली आपका कोई फाउंडेशन है, और हरदम सुशील जी खड़े उतरे हैं हरदम। तो ग्रुप होना बड़ा बात है, पैसा होना अलग बात है, लेकिन दिल होना जो आपके पास, या मैं तो सुशील जी का बहुत बड़ा फैन हूँ 20-25। उन्होंने मेरे को एक बार एक बुक भी दिया था RS अग्रवाल जी के बारे में, साउथ सिटी, और मैं तो 25 साल से हर एजीएम करता हूँ। आज भी कैलकाटा में शायद 25 एजीएम है, लेकिन आपका चेयरमैन स्पीच पूरा सुना, आपका कनेक्शन ऑफ हो गया पहला स्पीकर का भी, तो भी कोई ये वीसी में होता रहता है, लेकिन मेरे को इमामी का मीटिंग करना था और मैं 25 साल पुराना शेयर होल्डर हूँ और मेरे को झंडू से भी शेयर मिला, तो मैं कितना वेल्दी हूँ वो बताने की जरूरत नहीं है। आपके साथ मैं भी ग्रो किया हूँ और मेरे को फ्यूचर भी मालूम है। जो कंपनी रेगुलर डिविडेंड देती है 2 साल, तो हम लोग उस कंपनी का बहुत बड़ा फैन हूँ। और अमिताभ बच्चन और सलमान खान का एड देख के मेरे दिल में खुशी का बाहर आ जाता है आप लोग का। अभी एक तो कौन सा सलमान खान का एक वो हाँ तेल का एक ऐड है, इतना बढ़िया ऐड है, जब देखता हूँ तो दिल इतना खुश हो जाता है कि मेरी कंपनी का ऐड है। मैं ज्यादा नहीं बोलूंगा, और भी स्पीकर होंगे, बट थैंक यू। और सुशील जी एंड ज्योति जी, आपको बहुत बड़ा थैंक यू। आप जो सुशील सर, आप जो काम कर रहे हो ना, बहुत बढ़िया काम कर रहे हो। मतलब मेरे को भी कोई बोलता है ना कि गटानी जी ये हेल्प कर दो, तो मैं बोलता हूँ ठीक है, सुशील सर से बात करके मैं बताऊंगा कोई हेल्प कर सकता हूँ कि नहीं। थैंक यू वेरी मच सुशील सर, आपने कोविड में भी बहुत कुछ किया है, मेरे को पता है, क्योंकि इमामी में मेरे 1-2 दोस्त काम करते हैं, उन्होंने आपका कोविड हेल्प भी बताया है, 75 साल के ऊपर के आदमियों का भी। एनीवे मैं लिंगर नहीं करूंगा, और इमामी के ऊपर बहुत भरोसा है। आपने 48 मुक्ताराम बाबू स्ट्रीट को रिनोवेट किया, उसके लिए भी कंग्रेचुलेशन। और मिलते हैं सर 1 साल बाद बेटर रिजल्ट के साथ और थोड़ा हायर डिविडेंड के साथ, जो एक शेयर होल्डर का कामना रहता है। मैंने सब रेजोल्यूशन सपोर्ट कर दिया ऑलरेडी, जो जोशी जी को पता चल गया होगा। मैंने वोटिंग में पहले दिन ही, और बहुत शेयर है सर कि थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, आई सपोर्ट ऑल द रेजोल्यूशन।
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, hello, can you hear me? Yeah, namaskar.
Yes, Mr. Manoj Kumar.
Namaskar. Respected Chairman, Board of Directors, fellow shareholders, my name is Manoj Gupta. I am a equity shareholder of Emami Ltd. And thanks to our beloved MD Sri Sushil Babu, I totally endorse the words of Mr. Gattani, and I totally agree with his view that, and I feel proud to be a part of Emami. In Calcutta, there is 2 companies like ITC and Emami. There is such highly qualified and very renowned person in the board, like Mr. Trivedi, Mr. Ganguly, Mr. Amit Kiran Dev, and Mr. PK Khaitan. Such type of pupils are there in the board too, and company is getting benefit from their vast experience. And I pray God for you and your board of directors healthy and prosperous, safe, long life. And I thanks to the company secretary and his team that who has helped us to join this meeting through VC, and he always help us anytime. And sir, this time AGM's cover page is a theme is agility and ability. It's a good thing. You have crossed the G and B. Put a that agility and ability. It's a good sign. I've got a balance sheet. And sir, I will not say a single word about your CSR. You are the pioneer in the CSR in this region. We have done a lot of things for the community and society. And but I request you to try to call the AGM early, because on 29th September you have called the AGM and you have paid the dividend. So please try to call the AGM in August or July so that we can join smoothly. And sir, what's your future plan with CapEx? And sir, try to give a discount coupon to the investor of 50%, 40%, at least, because in market we are getting 25%. So send a discount coupon to the investors that we can also buy the Emami product, which we have launched domestic new launches, and there should be a one Jhandu Emami store in Calcutta where we can get all products under that store. A store which all products of Emami and Jhandu, and how you will face a competition from Dabur, Patanjali, and Sri Sri. Patanjali has also planned to bring IPO next year. They are going to file the DRH to the SEBI. So how you will, and try to appoint some brand ambassador from those sportsmen has got the medals in the Olympic and Paralympic, and try to help the women hockey team to improve the women's empowerment in the company. Try to help the women hockey team under the CSR. So, uh, sir, I feel proud that if the Amitabh Bachchan will ask in a question in the KBC, like he has asked about the Sipla from a one participant, he has asked one question. There is a temple in Africa of Sipla, and who is the god in that Sipla? That participant said that Yaqub Hamid. So I think that Bachchan will ask a question. There is a temple in Calcutta of Imami, and who is the goddess there? So I think that we will raise the such question in KBC, and I thank we peoples of Calcutta feel proud on you and your leadership, and we feel that we are given a unique thing in North Calcutta, Lord Ganesha Temple, from your side. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take a next question from Jaideep Bakshi. Please proceed with your question.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself Jaideep Bakshi, connecting from the city of Kolkata. Good afternoon, Chairman, MD, CFO, and Board of Directors. Thanks to our company secretary, Mr. Joshi, for giving me an opportunity to express my view, and also Mr. Purohit for maintaining a cordial relation with the shareholders. So it's a nice presentation where you depicted about the present status of a company and also the future prospects of our company. It's a nice presentation at the beginning, and it's myself proud to be part of a FMCG company with Ayurvedic focus and a personal and healthcare remains as a consumer mind through power brands. So, what is the market response as demand for immunity and booster products are on the rise? Because now in the pandemic period, these immunity products are on a great rise. In different unit plants, what is our present capacity and how much business have been affected due to want of raw material and packaging materials and distribution of products? So, what is our stock keeping or inventory position? Because we do not know whatever the situation rise after some days. And so, kindly highlight on the waste management and also on your water management and energy conservation. So, nothing to add more. I hope, sir, under your guidance and with the new blood in our board of directors, I hope our company will come out with more positive results and will improve our position and reward the shareholders handsomely. Thank you, and all stay safe, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We'll take a next question from Mr. Rajesh Gorawat. Please go ahead with your question. I'm sorry, Mr. Gorawat, we are unable to hear you. We're still unable to hear you, Mr. Gorawat. We'll have our technical person check your connection and rejoin you to the queue. In the meanwhile, we'll move to our next question. That's from the connection of Kaushik Shahukar. Please proceed with your question.
Yeah. At the outset, let me introduce myself as Kaushik Shahukar from Mumbai. Good afternoon to all. I hope I am properly audible.
Yes, you are, sir.
Yeah. Sir, it gives me immense joy to see our beloved chairman and all our directors in a good health. When I see all the directors, I remember the saying of our grandparents who told us, health is a wealth and money is immaterial. So I also feel envy of all the directors and pray to Almighty that if I get even 1% of your health, it will be wealth for me. Anyways, professionally I am a chartered accountant. Medically I suffer from dystonia. In simple terms, 55% of my body is paralyzed and this impacted my right hand, my right leg and the speech. I have not, however, treated this as a hindrance. As I have mentioned before, despite my medical condition, I have successfully completed my chartered accountancy course. As I strongly believe that I am a self-reliant and self-dependent. I admire the virtues of Imami that share the same principle of making people self-reliant through your ongoing and continuous philanthropic work. You have made and are making a positive change in our society. Sir, I hope I'm audible.
Sir, yes, you're audible. You may proceed, sir.
Ma'am, who is listening to my speech?
So the members of the management are listening. They're watching you, sir.
Okay. Sir, sir you will appreciate in spite of my chronic condition, I have successfully completed my chartered accountancy course. I just strongly believe I am self-reliant. Sir, you appreciate that in spite of my medical chronic condition, I still prefer to work to support me and my family. This shows that rather than expecting free money, this shows that I am a self-reliant person. So I believe supporting specially able person is a CSR activity for our company, and our company will be doing such a selfless act. Due to aforesaid, I had previously approached our company to work in the certification area. Unfortunately, that has not progressed. I would therefore like to use this forum to reach out to you and explore avenues where we could work together. I am confident that you would find my professional achievement a value add to our esteemed organization and will empathize with my condition and will support me with certification work. I would like to thank Board of Directors for giving me the opportunity to speak and also patiently hearing me. Before I end my speech, I would like to give special thanks to entire Secretarial Department including Mr. A.K. Joshi. It was only their efforts which have made this event possible for me. Please accept my big thanks and it is from bottom of the heart. I am also hopeful that company will empathize with me and will consider me. Can I expect a positive response from a company? At end, I support all the resolution and I voted all in the favor. I have been always will be proud shareholder for a company. I am sure I was properly audible. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take a next question from Rahul Harsh. Please proceed with your question.
Well, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yeah. Good afternoon, and with all due respect to the chairman, sir, I would like to inform you that I am a small shareholder joining from Kolkata itself. Today being a rainy day, it is very heartening to see that all the management team is quite active and they all have joined in time in this annual general meeting of Imami. Sir, it takes me pleasure to share that I, being a small shareholder, have as of now made a good profit out of Imami's equity shares. Last year, during the pandemic, the share prices were quite low, and as of now, what I can see, like they have around tripled to their market price, which were last year. I had purchased the shares of around 180 rupees, and right now they are trading at around 500. It is very much heartening to see that the company is able to give a good return to the shareholders, and the market capitalization has also increased, which 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 lets me confirm that the company is strong both financially and is enjoying a good reputation within the from the shareholders. Sir, I have certain queries as well as suggestions which I would like to place before the management. Sir, I was going through the annual report of the company, and I have seen that various brand ambassadors' pictures have been used. But my suggestion is that the company need to explore the South Indian market also. What we here see that most of the Bollywood celebrities have been used to endorse the products of the company. But I would be very much hurtful to see in case the company also also get into agreements with the South Indian actors also. Not only the actors but also from the sports field, and as suggested by other speakers, we need to get into agreement with the Olympians also. My small suggestion would be the international marketing strategy of the company. What we see in the competitors like in the HUL as well as various other Adani Group and others, they are going into for the international marketing strategy. I would like to know what the management is thinking for going international. Further, what I see, the annual report consists of around 300 pages. And it is good to see that the company is maintaining the transparency, and as well as they are providing the most amount of disclosures that are being provided in most of the top listed companies that are not being provided by the top listed companies. Most of the voluntary disclosures have also been maintained. Sir, my other query is what will be the strategy of the company with regards to the startups? Currently, India is going from a startup phase, and there are various startups that are coming up with the IPOs also. It would be very good to see that the younger generation of Emami comes up with a good startup plan and thereafter launch an IPO also. Sir, my small suggestion would be that the company should start engaging in a Emami ecosystem. Ecosystem is something like we see in the Apple products. They are consisting of various products which helps the company generate good amount of revenue. Since our company is into various forays of business, it would be good to see that all the products are coming under a similar umbrella. Sir, there are few questions that I would like to ask. Sir, my first question would be, what will be the average age of the employee which we are working in the Emami Limited? My second question would be, what is the retrenchment rate of the employee during this pandemic season? Because what we heard in the pandemic season that various number of persons have lost their jobs. It would be
Mr. Rahul.
numbers of jobs were created by the Emami Limited during this pandemic period. And my last question would be, what are the new manufacturing plants that are coming up in the state of West Bengal by Emami? Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thanks to the company secretary, Mr. A.K. Joshi, and as well as his team member, Mr. Ashok Prohitji, for giving me an opportunity to speak here in this honorable forum. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Our next question is from Praful Chawda. Please go ahead with your question, sir. Mr. Praful Chawda,
Hello?
please, yeah, go ahead, sir.
हेलो
We can hear you,
चेयरमैन
sir.
सर, बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर सर, मेरी आवाज आ रही है ना सर? हेलो, थैंक यू सर. सर, इमामी नाम काफी है, यानी कि इसका हर एक प्रोडक्ट्स अपनी उम्र के हिसाब से जो प्रोडक्ट्स बनता है पूरा बराबर काम करता है और अच्छा लगता है और पूरी वैल्यू मिलती है. सर, खास तौर पे मैं एक बात ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि जो अपने पास इतनी एड में इतने हीरोइन आते हैं, तो इसका आप कुछ सर्वे करते हैं या कुछ कमेटी है कि इसको लिए तो बिजनेस बढ़ेगा? सर, अपना बिजनेस का जो भी प्रोडक्ट्स है नंबर 1 प्रोडक्ट्स है, नंबर 1 प्रोडक्ट्स रहते हुए अपने को हीरोइन की इतनी लोगों की क्या जरूरत है? अगर इसको हीरो को लेना है तो थर्ड क्लास प्रोडक्ट बनाइए. बिकेगा नहीं बिकेगा? देखो, नहीं बिकेगा. यानी कि अपना एम्प्लॉयज हार्ड वर्क करके कैपेसिटी देखते, रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट सेंटर हर एक प्रोडक्ट को जांच परख के मार्केट में उतारते हैं और अपना प्रोडक्ट चलता है और प्रोडक्ट एक्सपायर डेट नहीं होने से पहले बिक जाता है. तो सर, मेरा कहने का है कि अभी जो अपने हीरोइन को लेते हो, वो हीरो क्या क्या बात करते हैं. कोई हीरो पर 2 3 बड़े केस चलते हैं, 10 साल तक केस चलते हैं. इसको आप क्यों प्रमोट करते हो? इसको क्यों लेते हो? अमिताभ बच्चन कौन बने करोड़पति में कैसे सवाल करते हैं. हिंदू औरतों को क्या बात करता है, मुस्लिम औरतों को कितना तक लिहाज से बात करता है. तो ऐसे हीरो इसको क्या लेने की जरूरत है? अमिताभ बच्चन बोलेगा बिजनेस चल जाएगा क्या? नहीं चलेगा सर. अब ओलंपिक गेम में खेलने वाले खिलाड़ी जो इंडिया को मेडल देते हैं, जिसके पास खाने को पैसे नहीं है, पैर में जूते नहीं है, वो लोग मेडल देते हैं, वो लोगों को आप हेल्प नहीं करते। इसको हेल्प करिए, रिटायर्ड में आर्मी को हेल्प कीजिए, शहीद हुए जवान के फैमिली को हेल्प कीजिए। पर आप तो ऐसे लोगों को हेल्प करते हो कि मेरे को तो ऐसा दिखता है, वो पब्लिसिटी टीवी में देखता हूँ तो अपना प्रोडक्ट की मजाक करते हैं, ऐसा दिखता है। कुछ ऐसा नहीं दिखता है कि अपनी चीज की पब्लिसिटी करते हैं। वो लोगों ने कभी अपना प्रोडक्ट देखे भी नहीं होंगे, यूज भी नहीं करते। वो लोग तो पानी भी पीते हैं तो 3000 रुपीज का बोतल पीते हैं, तो अपना प्रोडक्ट में क्या करेगा सर? अपने पैसे कंपनी का वेस्ट करना, नाम इसको देना, इसको पैसे देना। कभी आर्मी में जवान शहीद होता है तो इसके बारे में एक लफ्ज नहीं बोलते वो लोग, डोनेशन नहीं देते वो लोग। अपनी कंपनी से पैसे कमा के वो लोग डोनेशन नहीं देते हैं, पूरे के पैसे किधर जाते क्या जरते। तो ऐसे लोगों को आप क्यों हेड में लेते हो सर? मेरा एक आदमी का क्वेश्चन नहीं है। कभी कभी तो ये लोग हिंदू लोगों की भावना को भी ठेस पहुंचाते हैं। हिंदू लोग की भावना जो है इसको ठेस पहुंचाने वाला बयान भी देते हैं, तो भी आप लेते हैं उसको। क्या हम हिंदू लोग आपके कस्टमर नहीं है क्या? इमामी का अगर हिंदू लोग बाइकआउट करेंगे तो आपका प्रोडक्ट बंद हो जाएगा सर। हिंदू जब जाग रहा है और जागेगा तब आपको पता चलेगा कि ये लोगों को छोड़ देना चाहिए सर। छोटे लोगों को लियो, जिसको पैसे की जरूरत है इसको एड लियो। एड में मालिक खुद आके बोलेगा सर, कोई दुकान पे जाओ, नौकर कुछ बात बोलेगा, भरोसा नहीं बैठेगा, अपन मालिक आके बोलेगा तो परचेज कर लेंगे। यानी कि आप हमारे कंपनी के बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर हो, चेयरमैन हो, तो आप खुद आके आपकी पब्लिसिटी करो ना। इमामी की रामदेव बाबा कैसे करते हैं? रामदेव बाबा कोई एम्बेसडर नहीं रखे, खुद आके बोलता है कि मेरा प्रोडक्ट ऐसा है। तो आप भी बोल सकते हो सर, हमको ट्रस्ट है आपके ऊपर, बोर्ड के ऊपर, तो बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर बोलो, सीएफओ बोलो कि हमारा प्रोडक्ट ऐसा है। ये लोगों से बोलवाने से क्या फायदा है? कुछ फायदा नहीं है। पब्लिसिटी उसकी होती है, इमामी की नहीं होती है। पब्लिसिटी वो लोग जो एक्ट्रेस है उसकी होती है, अपनी नहीं होती है। तो नेक्स्ट फ्यूचर में ख्याल करें सर, ऐसे लोगों को धीरे धीरे हटाइए और ऐसे लोगों को पब्लिसिटी दिए जो ओलंपिक में मेडल लेके आते हैं, इसको हार्डवर्क करते हैं, पूरी लाइफ इसमें उसने 25 साल 30 साल तक मेहनत करते हैं और मेडल लेके आते हैं। बाद में इसकी जिंदगी कैसी हो जाती है, इसको जॉब भी दीजिए आप। धन्यवाद सर।
Thank you. We'll take our next question from Shivam Bajaj. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible and visible?
Yes, Mr. Shivam Bajaj, we can hear you. Please proceed.
So good afternoon, Chairman sir. Good afternoon, R.S. Goenka and R.S. Agrawal sir, and all the esteemed board members. I have few suggestions and questions today. But first of all, I'd like to congratulate the entire company for a spectacular performance, and not to forget this young shareholders from Delhi. And at this age, I have been attracted to this company, Emami, and one of the first FMCG brands to invest in was Emami only. And sir, first of all, whenever I see ads of Salman Khan and other brand ambassadors on TV, they provide such a good brand positioning and brand conversion ratio. I mean, the meaning of Navratan Tel was associated with Salman Khan as a brand ambassador. So that is the power of celebrity endorsements. Congratulations on that. My suggestions comes here. My first suggestion is to open some of the stores related to brand specific stores for Dabur, for Emami and its brands for Zandu especially. And my second suggestion is to issue some coupons to the shareholders. Next, I would like to also ask about how much is the company spending upon R&D division, and what is the scope of upcoming new products, and what is the employee vaccination ratio, like how many employees have been vaccinated till yet. And also for promotions, I would like to suggest if brands can also use, if we can also use augmented reality and VR games outside the malls and kiosks to increase more brand awareness. And also at last, I would also like to suggest the secretariat to also think about sending the physical copies of annual report books, because that provides much more clarity towards what brand is doing. Thank you so much. I hope to get a clear answer on all these questions and suggestions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll take a next question from Santosh Kumar Saraf. Please go ahead with your question.
हाँ जी, एक मिनट। हाँ जी, मेरी आवाज आ रही है सर? मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको? माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, उपस्थित निदेशक सदस्य, मेरे शेयरहोल्डर भाइयों बहनों, मैं संतोष कुमार कोलकाता से बोल रहा हूँ। सर्वप्रथम आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। आशा करता हूँ आप हमारे जितने डायरेक्टर, जितने भी अधिकारीगण हैं और जितने भी स्टेक होल्डर आज जो वीडियो में मीटिंग है वह स्वस्थ होंगे सर। सर, मैं उन भाइयों के लिए अपनी संवेदना प्रकट करना चाहता हूँ जो कोविड के अंदर में, चाहे हमारे कर्मचारी हो चाहे लव वंस हो, भगवान उनकी आत्मा को शांति दे, उनके परिवार को हिम्मत दे, जिससे वह दुख भरी घड़ी से वापस ऊपर के आए सर। सर, मैंने प्रश्न लिख के भेज दिए, शायद जोशी जी को मिल गए होंगे सर। जोशी जी मिल गए मेरे प्रश्न?
हाँ जी, मिल गया।
हाँ, तो मैं उसको रिपीट नहीं करूंगा। हाँ, मैं को रिपीट नहीं करूंगा। मैं कैपेस प्लांट, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग, सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक और वैक्सीनेशन और वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट के लिए मैंने पूछा है। इसके बारे में जवाब दीजिएगा सर। और ज्यादा नहीं बोलते हुए सर, फिजिकल मीटिंग और वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस मीटिंग में कितने पैसे की बचत हो रही है ये बता दीजिएगा सर। और एक बार फिर भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ आप सबकी लंबी उम्र हो, जितने भी अधिकारी सर। नमस्कार जी।
Thank you. We'll take a next question from Veer Prakash Bajaj. Please go ahead with your question.
Respected Shri R.S. Goenka ji and Shri R.S. Agarwal ji, namaskar, and other directors, board of directors. मैं अभी मेरे बेटे ने भी आपसे बात करी थी, तो मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा। उसी ने मुझे ये शेयर मार्केट में इंट्रोड्यूस किया। मुझे आपके प्रोडक्ट में पिछले 12-15 साल से इस्तेमाल कर रहा हूँ, जिसमें झंडू पंचारिश इतना अच्छा प्रोडक्ट था, पेट की प्रॉब्लम सारी दूर कर दी। मुझे 10 साल पहले प्रॉब्लम आई थी और मैं झंडू पंचारिश इस्तेमाल करता रहा और 1 साल 6 महीने में मैं बिल्कुल फिट हो गया। मैं डॉक्टरों से दवाई लेता था, नहीं ठीक हुआ। ये पंचारिश पी के ये एक टाइप से पेट के लिए रामबाण इलाज रहा मेरा। और मैं पिछले 100-150 लोगों को मैं प्रेफर कर चुका हूँ, जिसको भी पेट की कोई प्रॉब्लम है, झंडू पंचारिश, झंडू नित्याम और ये च्यवनप्राश भी मैंने खाता हूँ, बड़ा अच्छा लगा। इसी को देख के मुझे बाद में पता चला कि ये इमामी का प्रोडक्ट है। और मैं मतलब विश करता हूँ कि आप इतने सारे जेंटलमैन बैठे हैं, सारे बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स बैठे हैं, इतने सीनियर और रिस्पेक्टेड आदमी हैं, ताकि ये कंपनी और तरक्की करे। मुझे तो अभी 1 महीना हुआ है, मैं इस लाइन में आया हूँ और मैं अपने बेटे के लिए कर रहा हूँ जो कर रहा हूँ, और मैं आपको धन्यवाद देता हूँ। आप इस लाइन में, मेरा एक एडवाइस है कि हेल्थ रिलेटिव जो है प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर ध्यान दीजिए। जैसे जूस हो गया, आंवला का रस हो गया, आंवला के कुछ किलोए हो गए, ऐसे प्रोडक्ट हैं, ताकि फ्यूचर आपका बहुत अच्छा है। मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ। थैंक यू वेरी मच। नमस्कार।
Thank you. We'll take a next question from Prakashini Shenoy, who's connected over an audio call. Please proceed with your question, Ms. Shenoy.
Yeah, I'm Prakashini Shenoy from Bombay. Respected Honorable Chairman, other dignitaries on the board, and my fellow shareholders, good morning to all of you. I received the annual report well in time to email, which is simple, colorful, transparent, and informative. Can you hear me, madam? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Yeah. Informative and contains all the information as per the corporate governance. I thank the company secretary and his team for the same. We are living in the days where everything is unpredictable life and even our existence. In such a circumstance as running a company like Emami is a great thing. I appreciate Chairman, sir. Sir, I have few questions. What is the roadmap for next 2 years? Number 2, what is the CAPEX program? Number 3, Are we going to expand our existing R&D or going to have a new R&D? If yes, please let me know the approximate cost involved. Are we covered under GST? If yes, what are the rates? Whether it is uniform on all products or otherwise. Next question is there any change on a company after the introduction of new budget in the parliament during February? I wish the company good luck for a bright future and pray God that the profit of the company shall reach the peak in due course. Sir, I support all the resolutions put forth in today's meeting. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We'll take our next question from Ashit Kumar Pathak. Please proceed with your question.
Hello.
Ashit Kumar. Yes,
Hello.
please go ahead. We can hear you, sir.
Yes,
Please go ahead.
yes, ma'am. 1 minute. Respected Chairman, MD, Board of Directors, CEO, Company Secretary, fellow members joining at AGM of Emami Ltd. My name is Ashit Kumar Pathak from Damdam, Kolkata. At first, my esteemed gratitude to Company Secretary Mr. and Secretariat Department for AGM and annual report by email very well in advance. Also, many thanks to NSDL, CDSL, event management for site verification process. Financial year 21 was mostly impacted. Second quarter, overall operation reflected every sector. Also, Pan India office remained unattended, work from home. Still, financial performance most optimistic with business portfolios. 400 free liquid asset, a debt-free company. Also, 800% institution financial year. 1% return on shareholders in 12 months. Also, thanks to company management team, Star of the Year award and various awards, accolades, 7 Oil, President Award, DPhil Award, respected R.S. Going and Mr. R.S. Agarwal, Shanmark Lifetime Award. My thanks to sir for this. Namaskar, sir. And sir, any future buyback plan rewarding shareholders, previous rewarding with 221 crores buyback. Sir, expected global business financial year 22, where financial year 21 impacted geopolitical issue mentioned. Also, growth achieved 12% financial year 21. Foreign exchange earning 140 crores. Also, sir, what positive steps taken to improve wholesale channels, which is wholesale channel, which in financial year 21, and strategies taken to enhance modern trade e-commerce, where my company got positive response financial year 21. Also, Mr. Manoj Gupta mentioned CapEx program. My also view that CapEx program next year's mentioned 674 crore invested last 5 financial years, and present overall average market share with our FMCG business ecosystem if possible. If future plan to set manufacturing plan in international segment other than Bangladesh. My view is Singapore is growing emerging market and a good business relation with India and also a good business environment. My view is many company management team taking the initiative to set up a unit at Singapore and third party other than Germany, Sri Lanka and Dubai. Sir, present attrition rate and what strategies and roadmap taken to cost optimization, certain price hike of raw materials, rising interest rate, volatility in currency. Please throw some highlights. Also, present capacity of utilization due to present cost control strategies in every segment. What step my company taken cost control in brand spending? Because financial year 21 brand spending mentioned 0.9% of revenue, aggregating 6.4. Sir, women empowerment, Mr. Sharaf also mentioned what initiative taken where 15% female in our gender mix. So R&D expenditure reduced from 0.8 to 0.7%. Sir, have we associated any Vaidharaj Jodiboti expertise in our research and development team? Government in financial 22 budget session declared rupees 50,000 crore support in R&D next 5 years. So my company management team give more concentration in research and development tool. Any future plan to domestic acquisition like Jhandu Kesking and acquisition Crane 21. My view from that and Bangladesh Dhaka Ushadala is very old value added products and immunity booster products also there. Any future plan increased outsourced management for cost control and steps taken cyber attacks for data leakage and protection of sensitive information with increasing mentioned it, we have increased our IT investment by 19%. Any future plan to diversification into food items, positive performance, Emami overseas FJD, where financial year 21 revenue nil. Reason for non-commencement of operation Pharmadam SAE company. Also positive stake taken Emami RUS LLC, Helios Lifestyle Private Limited and Brilliard Sentence Private Limited. They also lost incurred financial year 21. Both they are potential subsidiaries. CSR nicely achieved 8 crores. Sir, inventory is also 269 crore, again 226 crore. Also, first quarter result is very nice. Income 608.09 crores. Also, profit 92.97 crores. Beta value 0.27. Market cap 2,708. PB ratio 14.64. Price earning ratio 52.22. Nicely achievement from the leadership of our respected chairman. And I'm praying to God for their good health and expect enhanced financial performance day to day by the leadership of our respected chairman. Thanking you, sir.
Thank you. We'll take a next question from Mahesh Kumar Bobna. Please go ahead with your question.
Very good morning. Can I audible?
Yes,
Can I audible?
Okay. Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Very good morning, respected chairman of the meeting, board of directors, other dignitaries on the dais, company secretary, CFO, and our colleague shareholders. We are holding this 38th AGM, a long journey of this company, 39 years of journey through video conferencing during this pandemic seasons. So this is a very crucial time that thousands and lakhs of people has already died due to this COVID. So my request from the board to think for the much more concentration on our this Ayurvedic product which are used as a medicine instead of the other segment of our products. Has there any plan by our board of directors to prepare any COVID medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, just like the Patanjali has prepared coronil, but it was failed. So is there any plan? Sir, one thing that now people are changing their sentiments. They are going to take foods also organic instead of this fertilizer. So people are changing the allopathic medicine to Ayurvedic. So our company is a market leader in Ayurvedic. One day we will acquire like the Jhandu and these other companies we had acquired, we will also acquire Dabur and Baidyanath. It will be a Ayurvedic baron company. just like this biscuit baron under this company will also become the Ayurvedic baron. No other company in the Ayurvedic medicine company. The name and fame of Emami is a very well-renowned worldwide, and our all the directors are jewels in the company. They are dedicated their guidance and support. This company is every time in a growth path. During this pandemic time also, we had done a very good turnover and very good profitability, because the name and fame of this company is very well renowned worldwide, and also the promoter, Mr. R.S. Agrawal and Mr. R.S. Goenka, is a well renowned person, and the entire promoter family are very eco-friendly with all the shareholders, investors. They always love to people. You see, I am also shareholder of Dabur India also, but I requested them by my email to send me the notice of AGM, and I want to become a speaker shareholder in Dabur, but they did not reply. Not even replied. They did not send, which is a legal compliance to send the notice of AGM and annual report. So such a type of other companies, if we compare to Emami Group, they are just I feel whenever I met with any our director promoters, and whenever I go visit to Emami house, I feel I am not a shareholder, just like a family member. And Mr. Joshi, just yesterday also spoken to me that Bhuvnaji, you are coming to our AGM. He sent me the annual report, hard copy. This hard copy he has sent me, and he again and again assured me that, are you going to join? I will put your name in the first of the list. Or then I requested, put my name on the last side. So it is a love and affection by all by your company secretary and all other team members that they are very good cooperative with the shareholders. Sir, as highlighted by a lot of other shareholders, I am partially agree with the other shareholder Prafulla Chandra highlighted that we are making huge money for the brand ambassador by the lot of film artists. Instead of that, he has rightly suggested that the advertisement is another thing, but you make the brand ambassador, which will making the advertisement of the this actor, not instead of our company. So you change when our product are so nice in the market and people are using this, and our sales is also you see 2,582, not a small one, due to this large number of this consumer, our product consumer. So it is a advertisement. Instead of the brand ambassador, we will have to open some this retail store in different major cities, and we will provide the consultancy of Ayurvedic by some Ayurvedic doctor, so that the people can understand that which Ayurvedic medicine we will have to take instead of the allopathic medicine, and our sale will also increase, and that is also one of the advertisement aspect. So I seen that this 308 pages, including the cover page, 310 pages annual report, a very nice in detail. If you add the notice part of this 18 pages, 12 pages, it will about 322 pages annual report in a detailed with the good photograph of our products and other. That is also one type of advertisement. If we will put all the products in one side of the annual report, that will become the this catalog. Or we can able to utilize a catalog along with this annual report, so that people will keep the catalog, and after the purpose will solved by the shareholders, they can sell the annual report in rough paper. So this catalog should be prepared separately, so that the shareholder will also keep the catalog or to hand over to other peoples in the market. Sir, one thing I want to highlight, that our cash profit is 836 crore. Next year it will cross 1000 crore. So it is a very good sign that the company is growing. One thing I want to suggest you, that our this borrowing is about 46.52 crore, and we having a sufficient bank and cash balances and other balances in our hand, 305 crores and others. So why we are not paying this borrowing and save our finance cost of about 12 crore? If we will become the debt-free company, so nice drafting, so big annual report, and so very good data in the balance sheet and profit and loss account. Due to this small borrowing, this company has not debt-free. So I want to see next year this company as a debt-free. The category of the debt-free in the market is a different one. But I did not agree with the Praful Chandra that he has made a difference between the caste, which is not good on this platform. This joint stock company is for public. All the caste person are working in this organization. All the customers are also from all the caste. So this caste differentiate made by the other shareholder is not good. I having the all faith in this management, because this too Jewel has created this company by resign from the Birla Group and started this business, Emami business, and acquired lot of companies. And today this company is about 3,000 crore turnover, and very soon we will have to reach 5,000 crore, because people are loving to the Ayurvedic product instead of the inorganic Ayurvedic medicine, instead of like other companies. We will have to make our product so concentrate. I seen that in Calcutta, one your showroom, old showroom of Jandu in India Exchange and Canning Street. That is the old. Like that, some this showroom and the consultancy of the Ayurvedic this doctor should be provided, so that people can able to understand our Ayurvedic product and they will utilize. Just one shareholder also told that I am for the last 10 years using the puncturist, and my stomach has now in order. So people must aware that what is our this Ayurvedic medicine. What is? I will not take much more time. I thank to our MD. I thank to particularly Mr. Sushil Goenka also. He is a key person in this company. With this remark, I thank you all for presenting. Next year, maybe in Calcutta, and the physical meeting will be held, and we will have to meet face to face.
Thank you, Mr. Gupta. Thank you, Mr. Gupta.
Thank you. We will take our next question from Gautam Nandi. He's connected on an audio call. Please proceed with your question.
Good noon and namaskar. Am I audible clearly?
We can hear you, sir.
Am I audible? Yes. Good noon and namaskar. May I start? May I start?
You may go ahead. Please go ahead.
Am I
sir.
audible?
You
Good
asked.
noon and namaskar.
Namaskar.
Yes, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, and my online fellow shareholders. Myself, Gautam Nandi of Kolkata, very old equity shareholder of Emami Ltd. Sir, firstly, I like to give thanks to your secretarial department for sending me annual report and other necessary relevant papers through email well in advance. So, specially thanks to our respected company secretary, Mr. A.K. Joshi, very sober, well behaved, and most dynamic person. And his assistant, Mr. Ashok Purohit also, he is also very good behaved for rendering very good services to our minority shareholders. Sir, you are organizing your annual general meeting through video conference for the second time, and I find it is a grand success, sir. So thanks again. सर आज एक्चुअली मेरा स्पीच था फर्स्ट स्पीकर था, लेकिन देयर वाज सम कनेक्टिविटी इशू, नेचुरली हम लास्ट में आ गया, नेचुरली कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं सर. एक्चुअली अभी जो कोविड का सिचुएशन चल रहा है वेरी टफ, बट इन दिस पैंडेमिक एंड टफ एंड चैलेंजिंग ईयर you are trying your best. Your company's result is overall very good, sir, which we must appreciate, sir. Sir, ज़्यादा आज बोलने का मुझे वो नहीं है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन अरेंज ऑलरेडी हो गया, पहले स्पीकर सब ऑलरेडी रेज किया है. खाली दो एक शब्द मुझे बोलना है. सर, एक्चुअली व्हाट इज योर रोड मैप फॉर द नेक्स्ट 2 to 3 years? नेक्स्ट है, पहले जैसे सर फैक्ट्री विजिट करते थे बहुत शानदार थे, बीच में बंद हो गया, अभी तो कोविड का कारण में हो नहीं पा रहा है. सर जब सिचुएशन विल बी नॉर्मल, वी होप दैट यू विल स्टार्ट द सेम. एंड अनदर थिंग सर, मेनी कंपनीज गिविंग डिस्काउंट कूपन्स ऑफ देयर ओन प्रोडक्ट, जैसे लैक्मी भी देते हैं, जैसे हम लोग को बड़ा बड़ा होटल कंपनी देता है, शू कंपनी देता है. वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग 30% डिस्काउंट कूपन इफ यू इशू टू आवर माइनॉरिटी शेयर होल्डर्स. विल बी ग्रेटफुल टू यू सर. सर अभी तो जो फेस्टिव मौसम चल रहा है, काली पूजा, दुर्गा पूजा इज नॉकिंग ऑन द डोर, देन हैव यू लॉन्च एनी न्यू प्रोडक्ट, प्लीज जानकारी दीजिएगा. और एक चीज मुझे पूछना है सर, अभी जो कोविड का सिचुएशन चल रहा है, तो 100% वैक्सीनेशन हो गया कि नहीं? आपका जो जितना सारे स्टाफ, जितना एम्प्लॉयज, जितना आदमी लोग है, उन के लिए हम बोल रहे हैं कि दे आर द पिलर ऑफ योर कंपनी, सो प्लीज जानकारी दीजिए. और मैं सर ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लूँगा. आई एम वेरी प्राउड टू बी शेयर होल्डर ऑफ योर कंपनी सर, एंड आई एम वेरी होपफुल टुवर्ड्स द प्रोस्पेक्ट ऑफ आवर कंपनी. आई हैव फुल ट्रस्ट with our strong management, sir, and so I wholeheartedly support your all resolutions, and I have already casted through my e-voting. Sir, I am very happy with your company. I got huge price appreciation also in your company share. Sir, thank you very much. Nothing to say more, sir, today. Looking forward with a positive outlook towards our company with higher profit margin, handsome dividend, bonus and return. Sir, may God bless you, sir. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you very much, sir. Gautam Nandi from here, sir.
Thank you. We'll take a next question from Amit Kumar Banerjee. Please proceed with your question, Mr. Banerjee.
Yes. A very good afternoon to all of you. Respected chairman of the meeting, other board members present, myself Amit Kumar Banerjee from city of Kolkata. Thank you for getting me connected, an opportunity to speak such a wonderful meeting today organized by our company, Emami Ltd. It is our 38th annual meeting of the company. As regards the performance is concerned, as visible in the balance sheet under review, yes, our company, no doubt, an excellent company, excellent performance, good growth, strong financial presentation. Really, it is commendable. Total revenue achieved during this year improved about 2,686 crores of rupees. It is higher than in comparison with the last year. Net profit stood with a tune around 475 crores of rupees. Last year it was 289. EPS also up 10.68. Yes, being a shareholder, I'm really happy that the dividend is very good. Second interim dividend, two interim dividends, rupees 800 rupees at the face value of rupees 1. Another, the CSR activities. Yes, it is also good for the welfare measure. Our company made 728.50 lakhs of rupees. It is more spent as mandatory. Nice overall improvement, all the segments in spite COVID situations. High appreciation to shareholders, investor secretarial services. Yes, a very nice secretarial team. Our company secretary, Mr. A.K. Joshi, Mr. Ashok Purohit, Mr. Balaram Sarkar, all are very sincere, cordial to investors. Level-based tried to resolve the issues as and when we require. Sir, I like all the products maybe. You see, the popular products are the Navaratna oil, First Relief, Jhandu Balm, Fair and Handsome creams. All are introducing health hygiene and immunity boosting products. Emami is one of the brand name in the industry now at present. I believe that under the able leadership of our respected chairman, Mr. R.S. Agarwal, old-time director, Mr. R.S. Goenka, our MD, Mr. Sushil Goenka, CFO, Mr. N.H. Bansali, and other management team are definitely maintain such prestigious brand Emami and to continue better prospect in future also. I thank all the team members for such a wonderful, smooth conducting meeting today through video conferencing. Myself, Amit Kumar Banerjee, over to you, Mr. Chairman, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question. With this, we conclude the question session from the members. Over to you, Mr. Goenka. I'm sorry, Mr. Goenka, we are unable to hear you, sir.
Thank you all for the compliments, questions, and suggestions, and really the concern of the dear shareholders. While the responses to shareholders' questions are being compiled, we would take you through the company's various campaigns and advertisements for a few minutes. Sri N.S. Vansali will thereafter answer all the members, the reply to their queries.
लगाते हैं सफेद टीका बस
देश के 50 करोड़ लोग बोरोप्लस एंटीसेप्टिक क्रीम का सफेद टीका लगाते हैं ताकि त्वचा को सर्दी की नजर न लगे।
सर्दी की नजर न लगे।
अब बोरोप्लस आयुर्वेदिक एंटीसेप्टिक क्रीम के साथ बोरोप्लस लोशन मुफ्त।
चमत्कारी चंपी का वादा लाया है राहत राजा।
सर में जब डिस्को बजे जोर जोर से आह की आवाज आए चारों ओर से थकान होए इस कदर नींद भी रफू चक्कर अरे गर्मी जो हो भयंकर ठंडा 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 कूल चमत्कार करो मस्त जंपी नवरत्न से स्मेल्स नाइस ठंडा ठंडा कूल कूल चमत्कार करो मस्त जंपी नवरत्न से माइंड ब्लोइंग जंपी हम कराएंगे कूल कूल से वाह वाह गर्मी हम भगाएंगे कूल कूल से आहा सर दर्द मिटाएंगे कूल कूल से सॉलिड कूल कूल से
9 जड़ी बूटियों वाला नवरत्न तेल, इसकी चंपी दे सर दर्द, बदन दर्द, गर्मी, थकान और अनिद्रा से राहत। नवरत्न तेल, ठंडा ठंडा, कूल कूल।
फासले अभी बाकी है, चले चलो दर्द से तुम ना रुको, चले चलो पीड़ा हारी बाम।
जंडू बाम सर दर्द, बदन दर्द और सर्दी में दे आराम।
चले चलो दर्द से ना रुको ना झुको, चले चलो हाँ चले चलो इंडिया चले
चलो जंडू बाम।
बाल तो गिर ही रहे थे, मैंने काफी चीजें ट्राई की, फिर मेरे डॉक्टर ने कहा
केश किंग है हेयर फॉल एक्सपर्ट।
इसका रेवोल्यूशनरी डीप रूट कोम बालों की जड़ों तक तेल पहुंचाए। मेरे बाल सिर्फ झड़ना बंद नहीं, नए बाल उगने भी शुरू हो गए। 21 जड़ी बूटियों वाला केश किंग आयुर्वेदिक तेल, इंडिया का नंबर 1 हेयर फॉल एक्सपर्ट।
अगर जर्म्स को मारना हो तो बोरो प्लस हैंड वॉश, और अगर सॉफ्ट स्किन चाहिए तो भी बोरो प्लस हैंड वॉश, लेकिन अगर हेल्दी स्किन चाहिए तो भी बोरो प्लस हैंड वॉश।
बोरो प्लस का 3-in-1 स्मार्ट हैंड वॉश फॉर सॉफ्ट, हेल्दी एंड जर्म फ्री हैंड्स।
तू झुक मत, तू डर मत, तू रुक मत, बना खुद को इतना बुलंद, कभी तुझे नजर ना लगे, नजर ना लगे।
ताकत भर ताकत भर ताकत भर
ताकत भर इतनी अंदर के कोई कभी गिरा न सके। खुद को कर इतना तैयार, मौसम भी तुझे हरा न सके। तू झुक मत, तू डर मत, तू रुक मत, तू झुक मत, तू डर मत, तू रुक मत, बना खुद को इतना बुलंद, कभी तुझे नजर ना लगे, नजर ना लगे।
झंडू की इम्यूनिटी रेंज, 100 वर्षों का अनुभव और अनुसंधान, ताकि आप रहें हरदम तैयार। झंडू।
लड़कियों की नहीं, हाई की क्रीम, फेयर एंड हैंडसम, ये ले, मर्दों के लिए फिट,
फेयर एंड हैंडसम, जाए सख्त त्वचा के अंदर।
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We now have Mr. Bansali connected. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Goenka ji, for giving me opportunity to respond to the shareholders' queries, their compliments and concerns. But before I start, I would like to thank all the shareholders for extending their unstinted support and also joining this meeting virtually, as was done in the last year. I shall try to respond to their queries in terms of their chronology and look and reply them one by one. The first set of questions were from Sarbaninda Ghatani ji. He had all the praises and compliments for the company. He is a 25 years old shareholder. He had compliments for holding AGM virtually, special dividends, and especially for RS Goenka ji for carrying through the presentation in a very detailed manner. And also, he also reminded of one of the incidents of our CSR and also appreciated our activities during the COVID period. We are thankful to him for the compliments which he has showed. The next was from Mr. Manoj Gupta. He endorsed the words of Gataniji. He had all the appreciation and compliments for the board, the diverse board. He was fully appreciable for the CSR activities. He asked about the future capex plans. There are no major expansion plans, but there would always be some capexes which would be there, and also in terms of the technology, there will be further investment. So we estimate an around 100 crore kind of 90 to 100 crore kind of a capex year on year. He suggested for the discount coupons and also one Zandu Emami store for a publicity. These are the suggestions which we will forward, and these will be evaluated, though they are being evaluated always by our marketing department. He also suggested to take a brand ambassador from the sports fraternity. That is also very well taken, and we have used the sports ambassadors in the past also. So we continue to do those, evaluate them based on our needs. And he reposed faith on the Emami's leadership. He also appreciated our efforts on Calcutta's CSR activities at Muktaram Babu Street, where the Ganesh temple is there. We are thankful to Mr. Manoj Gupta as well. Mr. Jaideep Bakshi was the next. He asked about any business impact due to the COVID disruption there, though it was there in the last year in the first quarter and also in this current year in the first quarter. But we have been able to manage the impact of the COVID through different ways of working, which you might have seen, and that's why the heading of our annual report also is about the agility and ability to integrate them and to come out with a different business model and to deliver successfully. He asked about the waste management, water conservation. This has been properly and fully covered in our annual reports at the respective pages, though I will also cover in subsequent queries where Mr. Saraf has also raised these points. And he had also all the appreciation for the secretarial department. We are thankful for that. The next was from Mr. Kaushik Shaukar from Mumbai. We fully admire his courage for completing his CA course despite the challenges. He is informed that he was 65% paralyzed. We'll see if we can do anything for him. But we fully admire the courage and perseverance through which he is pursuing his career. The next was from Mr. Rahul Harsh. He had views on South Indian celebrities. He said we should have used the South Indian celebrities. We keep on using them. We have used in the past Mr. Junior NTR, Surya. And based on our marketing plans and the needs of the business, we keep on using the celebrities, whether it is South or all India based. He appreciated our good profits in the recent times. We are happy to note that. He was asking about the steps taken for improving the international market. We invest around 100 crore on marketing and promotions on the international business also, and it is contributing around 16% of the turnover and has grown by 12% in the previous year. He was wanting to know about our plan for startup companies. We have already invested in few of the companies, as you might be knowing through the annual report. We have invested in The Man Company, the Briller, Lolly, and also are on the lookout for such companies which has synergy with our kind of a business. He was asking about the average age of employees and details about the employees. These are very well covered at page number 51 of the annual report. And around more than 75% of the employees are up to the age of 45. Retrenchment, if any, there is nothing, no retrenchment at all. We have been able to protect all our business on the employees. As has been mentioned by Mr. Goenka, employees' welfare is the first priority for the business. And he was asking about any new manufacturing plant in West Bengal. Right now, there is nothing on the anvil right now. The next was from Mr. Praful Chawda. He had a justification. He was asking for justification for promoting through celebrities, and he had expressed a few of the views. We will forward it to our marketing department for taking any views on that. The next was from Mr. Shivam Bajaj from Delhi. he had all the appreciation appreciation for the association of Salman Khan with Navratna Oil. He requested for discount coupons and was wanting to know the status of employees vaccination. Currently around 90% of the employees are fully vaccinated, and we plan to complete the full 100% vaccination by the end of October. And he was asking also for physical copy of the annual reports, which we have, as permitted, we have sent the virtual copies to all the shareholders. However, this can be available if the specific request is made. A physical copy can also be provided. And at a suggestion on Emami and Zandu store, that is being evaluated always. Then the next was from Mr. Santosh Saraf. In fact, we are grateful to him specifically because he had sent few of his questions in advance, and so he has not narrated those in detail. We fully appreciate the efforts taken by him in raising those questions and bringing few of the points to our attention. He wished all the good health and safety and also the condolences for the bereaved families. He had appreciation for Secretarial Department for good services to the shareholders. He asked for the capex plan for the 3 years. As I mentioned, there are no major expansion plans, but would expect around 90 to 100 crore on a year-on-year basis for the next 3 years. He asked for order book position and the new products. We have grown by 20% in the last year's 9 months. And also in the first quarter, we have grown by 37% in the first quarter. And we launched more than 40 new products, and which has contributed around 3 to 4% of the turnover. We wanted to know the steps taken on vocal for local. All our products are based on Ayurveda, so we are more local. Most of our ingredients are also local. Only 2% of our materials are getting imported. Steps taken for enhancing global image. As I already said, that we are spending around 100 crore on promotion and marketing expenses, and many other initiatives which are being taken to take the brands globally. He had a question on steps taken to reduce the use of single-use plastics. We have reduced the usage of plastics by 110 tons by adopting superior designs. Company is also working towards making us MLT neutral by honoring plastic waste management guidelines. On steps for water conservation, we have modified our manufacturing processes to recycle 70% of our water, and balance water is being used in the factory itself. So we are completely zero discharge units, all our units are. And these are all covered, very well covered in our annual report and presentation as well. We have reduced our water consumption by 8% and reduced effluent generation by 13% in the last year. You wanted to know about steps for renewable energy source. Our renewable energy source, it has increased. Our renewable energy consumption has increased from 2% in the previous year to 8%. Steps for increasing the proportion of female employees. We offer equal opportunity to all employees. We do not have gender bias. 14% of our employees are females today. The details about employees he had asked for, zone-wise, gender-wise, all these are available at page number 51 of the annual report. He had asked for the employees count and also status of vaccination, which I already mentioned. And he had a very pertinent question about savings due to holding the AGM virtually compared to the physical meeting. No, we do not expect any material savings because of holding the AGM virtually, because there are increased costs of using technology and making it seamless. We next had the questions from Mr. Veer Prakash Bajaj. He mentioned about his past incident of using Zandu Pancharista. We are happy to note that. And he asked about the health related products. We have many health related products like Giloy juices, Giloys, Amlas, Ashwagandha, and many more there in the stable, Chawanprasis. So many products. He had all the appreciation. We had then Ms. Prakashini J. Shenoy. He appreciated our receipt of annual report on time. He also appreciated it to be very informative. She asked for the roadmap for the next 2 years. We are on the good growth path, and this has also been very well articulated in our annual report. We are taking all the steps to promote our businesses on healthcare and personal care platforms. CapEx plan I've already mentioned. Our expenditure on R&D has been already mentioned in the annual report. Any change post budget? There has not been any significant change in the business model post budget, and we are thankful for her, as we mentioned, supporting all the resolutions. The next was from Ashet Kumar Pathak. He had all the appreciation for the good performance. He asked whether any future buyback plan. Nothing on the anvil as of. Outlook for global business, we have grown by 12% in the previous year, and it is contributing around 16%. He had also asked for steps for improving the wholesale market, modern trade, e-commerce. All these are very well covered in the annual report at the respective places. CapEx program I have already mentioned. Manufacturing plant overseas, we keep on evaluating various proposals of putting manufacturing plants, and as and when required, we do it either through the third party or our own plant as is there in the Bangladesh. Cost optimization initiatives, we have undertaken a very well planned cost optimization initiative in the previous year, and it is continuing under the project as was mentioned in the speech of Mr. Goenka also. It is War on Waste, and it covers all aspects, all heads of the expenses, right from media to materials to every administrative and general expense and selling expense as well. R&D, we have already covered. Any plan for acquisitions, we are always on the lookout for value-led acquisitions, and we keep on evaluating the various opportunities. And he had all the appreciations for the performance, board, and the leadership. Thank you for that. Next was from Mr. Mahesh Kumar Bubna. He suggested to focus on Ayurvedic medicines. We are very well focused on them, and so the growth is also very phenomenal from them. We have planned for COVID medicines, he was asking. There are many COVID medicines which are there, which can help boost your immunity in our stable, right from giloy to ashwagandha to tulsi to health juices, chawanprasses, honey, and many more. He had all the appreciation for good performance despite COVID. We are thankful for his feeling which he has expressed. He feels himself like a family member of the Emami group, Emami shareholders. And he suggested why a small borrowing despite a good cash reserve. It is a very low cost borrowing for export, and today and in the last year also the company is completely debt free. There is a cash surplus of around 360 crore as on 31st March 21, which is increasing month on month. The next was from Mr. Gautam Nandi. He had all the appreciation for all the results for holding the AGM virtually. He asked for roadmap. I've already replied on them. Most of his questions have been replied. Thank you for raising these points, Mr. Nandi. And the last one was from Mr. Amit Kumar Banerjee for his appreciation for excellent company, excellent performance, excellent growth, 2 interim dividends of ₹8, and all the appreciation. We are thankful to him for all these appreciations. With this, I am concluding on all the shareholders' queries. While I have concluded with responses on all the queries that were raised, I once again thank all the shareholders for extending their support and joining the AGM virtually. Thank you. Sorry. Now I request Mr. Goenka to take over the proceedings.
Thank you, Mr. Bansali. Members joining the meeting through video conferencing facility who have not yet cast their vote by means of the remote e-voting may vote through e-voting facility provided during AGM and till 15 minutes post conclusion of AGM. The members who have cast their vote by remote e-voting prior to the meeting shall not cast their vote once again. The Board of Directors has appointed Mr. Manoj Kumar Mathia, Practicing Company Secretary from Messrs. MKB and Associates, Company Secretaries, Calcutta, as the scrutinizer for this meeting. Based on the report of the scrutinizer, the combined results of remote e-voting and the e-voting done at the meeting today will be announced and displayed on the website of the company and will also be submitted to the stock exchanges within 2 working days of the conclusion of the meeting, as per the requirements under the SEBI listing regulations. I thank all the members for attending and cooperating in conducting the meeting through video conference or other audio visual means. I thank all the directors and members of the management team who have joined the meeting. I wish everyone the best of health and safety in the year ahead. I now conclude the meeting. Thank you.